podcast ever. The realest podcast ever. Y'all's the hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it. Y'all's the hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to debate me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I had me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it. The realest podcast ever. The realest podcast ever. The realest podcast ever. The realest podcast ever.
The realest podcast ever. Realest podcast ever. Realest platform ever. The realest Patreon ever. Episode 168.
Yeah, a bunch of people signed up for the Patreon the other day.
Movement.
I don't know what that was about.
Positive movement. Shout out to that gentleman that got double charged at $8. We apologize. We are so sorry.
Yeah.
That was we are not trying to ruin your financial situation.
I know the 8 2 times over. It was like, whoa.
What, 2 times in 4 days? Or excuse me?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
I'm at the Acme. They telling me the Nathans can't go through because, you know, I go look 8 2 times. I'm like, damn.
These niggas bugging. He wrote me a eloquent curse out. That was the classiest curse out I got in a long time. I'm used to being, you motherfucker.
No.
It was classy.
Gentleman. Real gentleman about it.
Yeah, he kept it solid. Today is Monday, September 13th. I'm your host, Chad Fain.
I am Matt Kane.
We are here doing a show. Big Dan is back. We're actually recording video. We had video last week too, but shit went haywire. Yeah. So we ain't got no video. But Dan is off summer vacation.
Our names low key suck, by the way.
Chad Fain and Matt Kane.
It's like they don't have any oomph.
It's just names.
It's just names. Real shit.
We can get jobs though.
Yo, yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm employed. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely get a job.
You get jobs though. So today's episode 168. Coming off the weekend, it was like a busy, stupid weekend. A weekend full of busy nonsense. The NFL's back. The VMAs was last night. What else happened this weekend?
Pretty normal, I guess.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Death and destruction, normal Philly shit. You know what I'm saying? Nothing really too crazy popped off.
Yeah,
I was fighting this. I assisted in a robbery.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Was you the getaway driver or was you a trigger man?
I walked in at the so you can hear I'm fighting the cold, getting over that or whatever. So Thursday, was it Thursday or Friday? I think Friday. Whatever the fuck. My throat was just super sore. I was congested. Like I think I said it when we recorded on Patreon. Like I'm so congested or whatever. And I got off work and I wanted to go. I'm gonna go to Rite Aid, get some Mucinex. For all those that listen, I guess it's a free ad. Mucinex is the GOAT. You know, I'm like
that shit work.
No, that work. It's $20, but it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? I know the 20 be killing y'all, but trust me, we got Patreon. But I know the 20 be hurting. But it's the best out there. So I'm like, I get off work at 7:30. You know, now with the whole, the COVID hours, nobody has any employees. So everything has to close early.
Yeah, 1 in the afternoon. What's your hours? 11 to 1.
Yo,
daily.
Real shit. Remember Rite Aid used to be 24 hours?
Every Rite Aid was
Ain't
like,
none of them Jones popping no more. Everything closed at 8 o'clock. Because then I went to Mod the other day and the sign was like, due to staffing issues, we closed at 7:30. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, hopefully now that PUA is officially over, I think it's officially over. I don't really see the Democrats bringing it back. Hopefully, y'all motherfuckers go back to work.
I mean, it's gonna be a while. They still got money. People still got non-perishable Dinty Moores in the cupboard. It's gonna be a while. But anyway, I'm like, I get off. I'm like, I would just go to Rite Aid out King of Prussia.
Yeah.
But I'm like, they close at 8. I got off at 7:30, so I'm like, I'm not gonna make it out there in time. So it's a Rite Aid on 22nd Allegheny. I don't want to go there.
You bugging.
But I'm like, what?
Don't take your ass to Roxborough.
I'm like, what choice I got? So I drive down the street. I pull up at the Rite Aid. I get in. I open the door. You know, it's 2 doors. Like the first door, then there's the vestibule, I guess, the foyer into the Rite Aid.
So it's an old update for those of you listening,
right?
Not familiar with Rite Aid.
So I walk in, I open the first door, and as I come in, I could see the dude running towards me from, like, he's running down aisle 2, I guess. and he's running towards the door. So naturally, I don't know. I'm just thinking he running out to go catch the bus.
Yeah, let me get out this nigga way.
A hack. I don't know.
Right.
So I open the door for him. As I open the door for him, he comes past me. You know those bags like the like Abby's shit for the house bag?
Yes.
Like he got one of them and it's full of Listerine. So as he runs past me to myself, I'm like, damn, that nigga got a lot of Listerine.
Nigga gum's gonna be fresh as a motherfucker.
Gingivitis nowhere.
Gingivitis don't stay in the chair.
Against this nigga. So as he run past me, I see all the Listerine. I'm like, God damn, that's a lot of Listerine. And you know the buzzer shit start going off.
Yeah.
So and I hold the door for him and he run out. And as he run past, I see the Listerine, I hear the buzzer, and all of the employees are converging on the front of the, and I'm like, and they like, yo, you just let him out. And I'm like, oh, he stole all that Listerine.
Oh, he ain't pay for them?
Yeah, that's crazy. What I was Mucinex. The lady was like, what? I'm like, yeah, I come from the Mucinex.
Yeah, it's like, don't y'all got a no chase policy?
Yeah, right. But he definitely got him before.
Yeah. Shout out to him.
Yeah, at least no bullshit. Like, I'm gonna go as far as saying he got every Listerine in the store. And it made me think of, remember a supermarket sweep when they had to get 5 hams for a minute?
All I can think about is Jada. Ain't nothing y'all can do to stop the locks. Well, go up in the gun store, cop the top shelf. Nigga went up in Rite Aid and took the whole shelf of Listerine.
He got the whole kit and caboodle of Listerine. You gotta get the crest if you go in, because we all out of Listerine. He got every one of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean they be alright. They got insurance. Yeah. I would hope.
And
actually at 22nd and Allegheny, they might not got no product.
Might not. But I went to the back. I got the Mucinex, whatever, and I came up to the front, and and you know the employees, and they have a security guard. Now, granted, it's an old woman, so it's like, you know, ain't really securing much. Yeah, Bull would have. Remember the end of what was the show with Gemini and all? We just talked about it. American Gladiators. Oh yeah. Remember when you had to run through the gauntlet and it might be a gladiator? I'm like, he'd have trucked her if she got in the way. But I got the Mucinex. I came up front and the cashier was just like, just let him run out. And I'm just like, I mean,
I don't work here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know it.
She like, I know you just let any old body get on your bus without paying. I'm like, that's
no bearing on what happened here today, man.
I'm like, what?
You dragging it.
Yeah. And I thought about running out with the Mucinex just to be smart. But, you know. But yeah, definitely assisted in the robbery the other day. I'm like, damn, man, motherfuckers. And I'm like, what do you do with that much Listerine?
He must have had a special order.
That's why I'm like, somebody like, is at a college or something.
That's better shit to steal out of Rite Aid.
Yeah,
they
definitely.
got all types of. I got an oscillating fan out of Rite Aid.
Yeah, Rite Aid actually got
some nice shit in there.
Depending on what Rite Aid you go to.
Now that might at 22nd and Allegheny, that might have been the best stuff he could get.
What's crazy is you don't realize till you're in those type drugstores, like in those areas, just how shit is. Because you know, I like I said, I'll go to Rite Aid out, you know, the way out, you know, whatever. And I was going to the gym one day, so I was like, damn, I forgot. I took my little soap dish out of my gym bag, and I forgot to put it back in there. So I'm like, damn, I don't got no soap for after my workouts. I go back to work. So I'm like, that Rite Aid, I'm going to go down and get some soap. Yeah. And I like just a bar of Dove, you know what I'm saying? Right. I come in and I'm like looking for the Dove, and it's like they got Dial and Lever 2000, all of that shit. And I'm like, where the fuck is the Dove at? And then when you get to where the Dove is, that shit said C cashier. And I'm like, what?
Oh, it's not even in the glass enclosure no more. You gotta talk to somebody.
You come up to the counter, all the Dove is behind the counter.
Damn.
Dove, Similac, all that shit.
Yeah, I remember when niggas was robbing for the Similac years ago. Yeah. That was a thing. I'm like, how much is baby formula? $15 a can. I'm like, oh, well, you gotta get it how you live. Then I understand.
It's crazy.
Shit, pretty rough.
Rough out here, man. But other than that, like I said, I was fighting the whole little cold thing, but we here.
Yeah, we made it.
Yeah, we made it.
I mean, starting off, I don't particularly have anything to talk about. I'm just kind of here for you, the audience.
Can we start on this note? I want to talk a little bit about debt in this country. Mm-hmm. So, me being, you know, under the weather, I took Saturday night, Sunday night. Today was my first day going. I went today to do overtime, which was absolute hell for the first half, but neither here nor there. So, just being in the house the last couple of days, you know, I'm like, you know me, I start watching Netflix, whatever. And there's a docuseries on Netflix I really like. It's called Things Explained.
Yes.
So they're on their 3rd season. So for this 3rd season, they started off doing all of the things explained are finance based.
Nice.
So they got one show on credit cards, one show on retirement, one show on investing, and I watched all of them. And the one show they did was on student debt, and I guess because I didn't go to college and I didn't really have student loans, and I just never realized how much of an issue that student debt. So I really see now where people are at when like, yo, cancel the fucking student loan.
Yeah.
Like, just do it. Yeah. And it's crazy because the one girl was saying on there, if they were to cancel student loan debt, the GDP would raise so much because there'd be so much money able to be put back into the economy because she was saying how the one girl was like, her student loan payment is more than her rent.
Yes.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah. You got situations where like, all right, so let's just kind of almost like look at the history of like university and higher education in America. Mm-hmm. So there is a problem with the inflation of what it costs to go to college and get an education at this point. The state-sponsored schools and stuff like that are set up better, priced better than the private institutions and things like that. And then you're talking Ivy League shit like that. You're talking about $100K a year at this point to get a damn education. So you got people literally coming out of school with and these are the best and brightest students sometimes coming out of school with $300,000-$400,000 in debt once they go and get their law degree or get their doctorate or whatever the case may be. And that's with grants and subsidies and shit like that because it's just a problem. The system is literally broken. And it didn't used to be this way.
There's a girl on this documentary. She had a TikTok that went viral. She graduated from undergrad, then she went to law school, and she's a lawyer. And she had $80,000 in student loans, which ain't really a lot in the grand scheme of what's $80,000 is a lot of debt, but in the grand scheme of where student loans can go, it wasn't a lot. So she had $80,000 in student loans, and she had been paying, I want to say, $1,100 a month for 8 years since she graduated law school. And she had a viral video where she recorded herself because she hadn't looked. And she was like, she didn't want to see how much she actually owed. She just made her payment every year, every month for, I want to say 12 years. And she went on and looked. She started with $80,000 in student loan debt. And after 12 years of making these payments every month, she went on there and she owed $76,000.
That's insane.
And she freaked, like the video is her crying, freaking out, like, what the fuck? Like, what the, because of the interest.
Yeah, it's compound interest.
So they were showing how if you owe $80,000 in student loans, the interest on that, if you're making the payments, cool, the interest will literally be most of your fucking payment. Mm-hmm. And she was saying how if you put your loans in deferment, the interest still grows.
Yes.
Even while they're in deferment. So you don't have to make the payment, but the interest grows. So she was saying what happens is you get interest on the interest. And then eventually the interest grows to where that's more than the principal amount.
Right.
And it's crazy. Tell you how crazy this shit is. Purdue University, they had the president from Purdue on there. They have this thing now. I don't want to mess it up. It's called... go back to it. Income share agreements at Purdue University. Have you heard about this?
No.
Dog. This is how crazy America is. So the president of Purdue University started a program where he went to the rich alumni, right, from the school and got them to basically come into this thing like, you know, some like, yo, you filthy, whatever. We trying to help people as far as student loan debt.
So are they asking them to provide subsidies?
I'm about to tell you. So basically, the rich alumni from the school will pay your tuition. For a percentage of your income after you graduate. I'm like, what in the little Uzi? I'm like, what kind of
That's indentured servitude.
I'm like, yo, what kind of 360 deal shit?
That's a tariff. They used to do that shit back in fucking medieval times.
You imagine motherfuckers calling you, hey, did you go to work this week? Because
my direct deposit did not come through. Like,
dog.
Wow.
Dog.
So they basically selling people up the river, literally.
Dog.
And the thing is, once upon a time, to go to college or university was like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a year. It was like a nominal
That was the crazy part.
It wasn't a lot of money. And then even like you take certain places, I'm not sure how Canada is, but I know Germany, Israel, France. If you are a natural born citizen, you go to university for free. Like, you don't pay for it, because if more people are educated and smart and talented and have good jobs, it bodes well for the economy.
It's on their website.
Division of Financial Aid.
Purdue University, income share agreements for students who need additional funding. There is now an alternative to the federal Parent Plus and private student loans. It's called a back boiler program. Back a boiler. That's what it's called. Back a boiler is available to Purdue sophomore, junior, and senior level students. The funding is limited. Frequently asked questions. In short, an ISA is a income share agreement. Is an agreement where you receive funding while you are in school. When you leave school, you will pay a fixed percentage of your income for a fixed number of years. For students, this will make sense. For others, the alternatives may be way better. That's on the Purdue website.
That's sick.
Like,
so never mind the fact that these people are like filthy rich, probably CEOs of multinational companies and shit like that, and it's literally they could write the shit off on their taxes because it's for education expenses.
It's literally we
need ours back in blood.
It's essentially yeah, you're financing other. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can write that shit.
You can
off.
write it off.
Yeah.
Like, it's for where'd the check go? Purdue University. Yeah. Like, it's very cut and dry. So it's like that shit is like double greed. Like, on top of the fact that it's like you're feigning that you're doing a good deed when in reality is like, no, I need 87%.
And it say on there, this might not make sense for you. Like, oh yeah, so we see you got the job at the pharmacy. So you starting out at 48, right? Okay, so 48,000, figure a little bit of taxes. Okay, so you probably gonna make about $1,900 a month after taxes. So we figure we can get 9.
You can get the stack.
You can get the stack
for a decade. For about a decade,
you can get the stack.
You know what I'm saying? But we gonna fix it. We gonna fix our 9. So when you get raises and shit. We ain't on that.
We ain't on that.
So when you get them 11s and them 12s and them 14s and them 18s, we still just taking our 9, baby. You know what I'm saying? You got a raise, we didn't.
It's unlimited overtime, so we ain't touching none of that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to work 69 hours a week, that's that's not saying that you should, but you should.
Not saying that you should,
but because by the time we take our 44% every 2 weeks, like
because I don't know how you gonna move with just the stack. If you work hard, you can make that 2 stack.
And cat food is available too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm watching this shit, and I'm just like, yo, they said that there's more student loan debt than there's credit card debt, defaulted debt on fucking bankruptcies. I'm like, yo, this shit is 1.7 trillion student loan debt.
The system has failed, and it's time to break this shit down and restructure it and rebuild it. Like, y'all have made trillions of dollars off of higher education. Look at the school sports programs at all of the bigger fucking schools. Look at the alumni associations at all of these bigger schools. Fucking Dr. Dre has a $200 million school at USC. Fucking music production and film fucking school. Shit like that. Like, y'all have made the money. It's time to start giving out some more free fucking rides and lower this tuition so that we don't end up with fucking college admission scandals and all of this crazy shit. People trying to fucking find creative ways to get in these schools, pay the least amount of money, all this nonsense.
They were saying how back in the day, the federal government used to give the same amount of student loans that they gave grants, because the grants went to lower income. And they were saying how now it's an 80-20. Like, it's 80% loans, 20% grants. Like, they're not even giving out this, but they were showing how literally it's so much more money available than what it was back in the day. But literally the feds was just like, yo, fuck that, we could just put them in debt. Like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, because it's interest on interest.
It's interest on interest. And the one lady was saying, like, essentially you're going to be paying it till you die.
Yeah, and if it's federal, you're not getting out of it.
No.
Like, you can get out of a private student loan. Lord knows I did.
Yeah.
They sent me a joint now, 92% off, Navient.
Yeah.
Hey, can you pay us, because like apparently you don't have to pay this, but just give us 8%.
We'll take the 8.
We'll take the 8. That tells you how much fluff is built into a student loan.
It's crazy.
They'll take 8%.
8%. Nuts.
We know we legally can't pursue you anymore because the debt was discharged, but it's obligatory. We send out this email every month for the 8%.
And it was going as far as to like, it's really, you got to watch it. The whole series is very good. They got one on gambling, one on credit card. I'm telling you. And literally it's like, you have people, basically was breaking down how people from different demographics get hit with different type shit. So if you're from a poorer area or, you know, a certain minority, they were showing how people tend to go to for-pay colleges, which was like the DeVries, the Everest, and she said how the commercials appeal to people in these situations. Oh, you got 2 kids? Oh, your mama on crack? Doesn't matter. Come to Everest. You can go to school in the morning. You can go to school at night. You can still work at Roy Rogers and still get your education. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So the one boy was like, he saw the commercial, was like, all right, yeah, no, it makes sense. So he's like, I talked to the recruiter, and everything the recruiter said was, oh, yeah, you're perfect. You're perfect. Like, no matter what I said was like perfect, because he's like, I wanted to develop video games. So it was like, oh, yeah, no, we got a video game program. We work hand in hand with Nintendo. He's like, I get there 3 months in. I ain't meet nobody from Nintendo. And we're showing how people that go into those loans tend to default way more
100%
than a traditional.
I didn't have the money to come here to begin
I
with.
didn't have the know-how. I saw this shit on the side of the bus while I was standing at the terminal.
I was waiting for the bus.
Yeah, I was waiting for the R.
I was going to Roy Rogers to put in my 14 and skate. And I thought, damn, I want
14 and skate. Real shit.
And I thought, hey, I want better for myself.
Yeah.
I'm an assistant shift manager. I'm working 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah, Rhonda getting on my fucking nerves because the manager's always named Rhonda.
I'm bossing up on these niggas.
Right. Little do you know, there are no Nintendo.
End up worse off than you started.
Yeah, and it was showing how people default in those joints way more than the traditional federal loans for colleges, and it's just a wild ride. And I'm watching it, and I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, there are people really out here who go to school, undergrad, get a bachelor's degree, then go to school again, get a master's degree. Then you got people who might even go and get a doctorate. And literally the girl was like, if you're not in a situation where your company you work for is going to fully fund your master's or your doctorate, don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost not even worth it because the debt you're going to put yourself in.
You'll never be able to get out of it.
Think about it. If you go to a 4-year university, right, undergrad, let's not even no crazy shit, like, but not a state college. Let's say you go to a Purdue or a, you know, Tennessee. Or
you at least coming out with a dub a year, 25 a year.
I was going to say 30, 40.
Yeah.
So let's say you do that and then you go get your master's, right? And then the cap is, I was watching the joint, you can't even like get grants and none of that shit for master's programs.
Straight loans.
It's straight that. So, you know, master's program, let's say you do that, you come out of both of those, now you owe $300, right? Unless you're coming out into a crazy earning situation, the interest on these loans is you're in it for the next dime,
it's enough
at
to put
least.
you under. And now they changed the FHA rules about qualifying for homes and shit.
Right.
Where if you have student loans, it's either like a set amount of debt that they basically put on the books every month that kills your debt to income ratio, or it's like 1% of the overall value.
Yeah.
So if you got $300,000 in loans and they put 1% of the overall value per month into your DTI, that's $3,000 a month.
Yeah, a month.
That's just sitting there.
Yeah.
So what if you only make 6?
4,000. I was about to say, what if you make 4? Like, you flipped just coming outside. Like, if you wake up, you flip.
So you're literally never getting a home. So this is why people are stuck in situations where they're perpetual renters, and owning a home is no longer a part of the American dream because people have to be transient in order to be able to go to the best market to get the best opportunities and make the most money.
You got to watch this shit. It was basically saying how back in the 60s, 70s, you could go to college, get out, have a car, have a house, and have 2 kids, and still be within the. And it's showing now where you almost got to pick. Like, you can't have all. You can't have a car, a house, a college education, and kids because you have to pay too much a month for health care for the kids and yourself, upkeep on a house, gas and repairs on a car, and student loans. Yeah. So it's like essentially you got to pick.
And the thing is, it's like, imagine you go through all of this and, you know, you get a social services degree or liberal arts or some shit like that. Something that is basically like you're helping the people. You're doing God's work, basically. But you're not making no fucking money. No. And you still got to try to tackle $160 or some shit or $182,000 in student loan debt, like crazy shit like that.
You in petty cash on your first day. It's a little box in your drawer. You in that joint first day.
Soon as. What time I clock in? All right, bet. I'm in here.
Yeah. We give everybody here a company car, $500 a month. You are bet. Where that at? Right?
Run it.
You run that. You on that the first day. I think like we saw that yesterday you had a $412 charge. No, I'm gonna put that back. I'm gonna put that back though. Just had to pay this little federal situation. But
Yeah,
I'm putting that back.
the shit is shot, man.
The interest that this country hit, dude was telling me the other day how he wound up owing the IRS like 20 grand through some, they'll audit you if you do your tax returns all fucked up, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He wound up owing the IRS 20 grand, right? So it was some shit he didn't do. Like literally somebody was doing his taxes and getting him too much money or whatever. Excuse me. And he wound up owing a dub. So he was like, yo, can I go on a payment plan? They was like, yeah, sure. You can go on a payment plan. Boom, boom, boom. He gets on a payment plan, was paying this shit every month. He said 2 years in, he looked, the balance was still the same. And he was just like, yo, what the fuck? So he's like, he went another year. Like, he thought maybe it's one of those, like, FHA type situations or like a car loan where, like, you front loaded with interest, but eventually another year, paying the shit, no move on the balance. So he just like, he's like, I think the interest is just, like, fucking us up. So he's like, he went to his wife, him and his wife, luckily they had a couple properties. He was like, I think we should just refinance one of the houses.
Take some money out and just clear this balance.
And get rid of this IRS shit. So he did that, refinanced one of his cribs. Boom, boom, paid the IRS off the 19 grand. He said when he paid the shit off and was speaking to the IRS lady on the phone, the IRS lady told him, was like, yeah, you were going to be paying this for the rest of your life. IRS has compounded interest that compounds every 24 hours. I was like, Jesus Christ.
What in the payday loan?
What in the Delaware title loans?
Yo, that's the craziest shit I ever heard in my life.
He was like, no bullshit. Their interest compounds every day. So every day you got the debt of just interest.
Fuck.
To where it's just like everything you pay after the end of the month, just interest. I'm like, shit.
Damn.
So he was like, luckily I was in a situation where it was like, I could get the quick little joint and knock it off. But literally it was like, you was just going to pay that shit for the rest of your life.
Damn. Yeah, I know somebody, a close friend of mine paid I know Dan gonna know what I'm talking about. Back in the day when they gave out that income credit for the first time home buyer shit, the first time they did it, it was like $8,500 or $7,500 or whatever. Did the flim flam with that. The girl snatched half the money. She got the other half. Ended up having to pay that shit. They caught it on her very next year taxes. Ended up having to pay that shit for 10 years. Yeah. The last like $3,000 just got discharged as of this month. To where they was like, it's too old to collect. We discharging the debt as of September or whatever the fuck the day was.
He was telling me how the IRS literally has up to 10 years to go back on something for you. So he's like, it could be the 9th year, the 10th month, literally. As long as long as they come to you within that time span to be like, yo, you fucked up on some shit years ago. Yeah, so we're gonna need that.
Yeah, where's your taxes from 2011? Huh?
Yeah.
I don't even know what?
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm eating for dinner tonight. You're talking about where my tax form from 2011.
Oh, shit. It's crazy. And then they got a joint on retirement, so I watched that. And basically the Social Security thing that came into play back in 65, they created Social Security. And it's basically showing how none of this is going to be here when we get old. No. So everybody's listening to this shit now. It was basically saying how the 401k is a joke.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no, like think about it. You're essentially telling people who aren't necessarily the brightest anyway to invest money and pay attention to the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's kind of wild when you really think about it. So the 401k basically is 3 pillars of retirement. Social Security, your pension, and then what you do with your 401k.
Yeah, 401k, 403b, Roth IRA, whatever.
So it's basically showing how the Social Security it's not going to be there. That's not going to be a thing. The pension now, how many jobs really have? But think about it.
Few, if any.
Most jobs, literally, the day you sign up will be like, yeah, go ahead, get your 401k popping and we'll match you. Oh, we got you. We here.
We'll match you up to 3%.
Dog, up to 3%. Real shit. I saw this the other day. I was cracking up. I meant to send this to you and Kev. And it was funny. I just showed Chad a picture. Boy had an Audi R8 and his license plate said my 401k. I saw the nigga who had a Benz like yours the other day, and he had it done up like he had the yellow brakes, the satin gray, and the license plate said RIP 401k. I was cracking the fuck up. But basically, it was showing how This again, America's crazy. Social Security tax. We all get hit for it on our income, right? It's 6%, right? There's a cap on it for $137,000.
So you pay it forever.
No. You missed what I'm saying. You heard it wrong. Maybe I said it wrong. You pay 6%
of your income
on Social Security.
Yeah.
There is a cap on your earnings of $137,000.
Okay.
So basically, if you earn up to $137,000, you pay 6%.
Gotcha.
After you earn $137,000, the 6% is the cap. So I pay 6%. Like last year I earned, I think it was 93.
Yeah.
I pay 6%. LeBron James pays 6%, up to $137,000.
Right.
So after $137,000, they don't even get taxed for Social Security. The lady on the drone was like, literally, if we just kept the 6% at all earnings, we could fix Social Security overnight in America.
Right.
I'm like, yo, that's fucking insane.
That's the.
I'm like, what? She was like, literally, you have people in America who are at their 6% cap the day after New Year starts.
Yeah.
130. I think LeBron earns $400,000 a game.
Yeah.
So she was like, people in this country that are rich, they're recovering from New Year's Eve parties, and they're already, I'm not paying no more Social Security tax for the rest of the year. I'm like, damn. She's like, literally, America at times just does not make any sense.
Yeah, we missed the boat on a lot of
We
shit.
missed it on a lot. She's like, we could literally fix Social Security overnight in America. If you just kept the 6%,
Yeah, just take the cap off.
At all earnings. Everything you earn, you pay 6% Social Security tax. But she was like, again, that's the beauty in being the rich and elite.
Right.
Is that they have breaks that you just, she was talking about the student loan thing. Think about it. You got people out here that are literally drowning in student loan debt.
I know.
Walmart just got a $11 billion tax cut. Jeff Bezos literally gets a tax cut every other month.
And the president is like, I don't want to touch the student loan thing. I think it would be an abuse of power.
Right.
To the actual people, the constituency.
What Jeff Bezos do? He went to space, came back down. They like, why you wasting all this money going to space? Whoa, we going back up. These broke motherfuckers complaining down here on Earth. We going back up. They doing this at NASA. We going back up.
Fuel me up.
Yeah, they fuel me up. They tripping down here. Dog. I'm like, yo, watching these documentaries, it really show you just how the elite just get to do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Imagine being in a situation where you not paying Social Security tax after the first $137,000 you made, and you made $25 million this year with your tech company. You not paying Social Security tax. Then you can go back to motherfuckers graduating high school and be like, you get straight A's, got a little butt on you. Look, I'm gonna finance you through college, but after you graduate, I need 21% of what you like. Imagine living in a country where this type of shit goes on. That's scary, yo.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, but it's called Things Explained on that.
Yeah, it's like we've subsidized everything. Basically, people are taking futures bets on people's college
futures
education.
bets on people. Yeah.
Well, hold on. Let me review this motherfucking file. What type of grades you got in high school?
Yeah.
What's your standardized test score? What you got in SAT? Oh, yeah, you going to be something. All right, bet I'll stake you.
What's this about in 6th grade where they confiscated a Swiss Army knife from you? What's that about?
What type of shit you had going on?
Oh, my dad gave me that as a gift. I just didn't realize it was on my
What was after
keychain.
Christmas?
Okay, I can see. I'll keep your application on.
Put you on the side here.
Dog. America's insane. And you know, it's just now that I'm actually like part of media and I look at everything. I was telling my dispatcher the other day, SEPTA's doing all this shit now with all these articles and things that they're putting out where it's like, oh, we short drivers, ain't no drivers, so we're having all this mass buses missing and this. And the part that they're not putting out is like, there was a hiring freeze in 2020.
Right.
And a bunch of people retired. So of course
Y'all did it to yourselves.
It's not drivers not coming to work. This shit is crazy. I was out there this morning with 2 buses missing.
Yeah, I saw something was like 87 operators or something across all lines.
Man, people we lost like 7 people this year to retirement. They had their time and they retired. Nothing you can do. I was out there this morning, 2 buses missing in front of me, getting hammered on the 48. And you can't tell people that it's like they don't understand that bus is just not out here.
Don't know, don't care.
They like, damn man, why you so late? It's just like, what barbecue do you think I was at 7:45 in the morning? It's crazy, but like we gonna get into that once the actual, because I think we going on strike later.
Yeah, you
on.
said that. You said that a couple months ago.
We'll get into that down the line. But yeah, definitely some good documentaries.
Yeah.
Definitely some good jokes.
I still got to go back and finish that Kennedy's documentary. I got probably to it was like 6 parts. I think I got to part 4. Joe Kennedy was a motherfucker.
The whole Kennedy.
The whole Kennedy family, they got one of the crazier stories in American history. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that John out. The Things Explained John. What else is going on in the world?
People are losing their minds.
That's very true. We did if y'all haven't listened to it yet, we did the review on Certified Lover Boy last week. We did in-depth track for track breakdown, the most in-depth breakdown you're gonna find on the internet right now. So go check that out. I want to say, Fucking Fans is back on the album. I'm putting it back.
I'm still keeping it off.
I've listened to that song 87 times this weekend. Fucking Fans is back, and I like the Kid Cudi song now.
Listen, that's my shit. I'm telling you.
So I'm back at. We didn't cut the Kid Cudi song because Matt lobbied for it. That was a smart decision. Thank you. So now I'm back at 18 songs instead of 17, and I'm upgrading my rating to where Matt was. I'm at an 8.3 now. I'm back in on Fucking Fans.
The biggest singles of 2021, right? Top U.S. sale debuts of 2021. Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo is number 1.
Okay.
Way Too Sexy, Drake and Future is number 2.
Shit just came out.
Girls Want Girls, Drake and Lil Baby is number 3. Fair Trade, Drake and Travis Scott is number 5. Champagne Poetry is number 7. What's Next, Drake is number 6. Knife Talk, Drake, Project Pat, and
21 Savage
is number 9. Wants and Needs, Drake and Lil Baby is number 2. The 10 biggest singles of this year, Drake has 8 of them. 6 of them came out Tuesday. Shit is ridiculous, dog.
Yeah, the numbers for CLB came out. He did 613,000 with total streaming equivalent albums. It was like 46,000 in pure sales. People were trying to spin that into a loss. I'm like, hey guys, there's no CDs out.
Yeah.
There's no vinyl out for this shit. Like, that's just the fucking straight iTunes sales, and literally everybody has some sort of streaming service. Like, There's billions of people on fucking Spotify. There's hundreds of millions of people on fucking Apple Music. There's like 9 or 10 people on Tidal. Like, so with that being said, like, everybody's fucking streaming. So that was that. As far as the sales go, they said that Way Too Sexy is the fastest song to reach gold in 2021.
Yeah.
For those people that hate that song, you're going to be hearing it for the rest of your life. The shit is not going nowhere. I just saw Future was headlining at Wireless, and he brought Drake out, and they performed that shit, and they absolutely erupted. Like, I did not expect that.
Certified Lover Boy did 743 million on-demand streams in his first week, the second biggest debut in history. It was less than 3 million from breaking the record set by Scorpion, which was 745.9 million streams. So yeah, the Drake era is not over.
We're still here.
It's still there. Yeah,
we're still here. I think that whole thing about the Drake era and all that shit being over was just projections from people because they're ready for the sound to change. Because his sound and what he does has become so prominent over the last decade that you kind of like can't get away from it, and people are waiting for the sound to change. But the problem is that Drake just adjusts with the fucking times, and when you expect him to do like another Take Care or whatever, then he comes out with Look Alive with fucking Block Boy JB and like, you know, some of the tone of the records on Certified Lover Boy that while they may not fit what we thought was the theme of the album, they bang. Fucking No Friends in the Industry, Knife Talk, Champagne Poetry fits the theme of the record. But it's like, did you hear Freddy Gibbs freestyle the Champagne Poetry?
I heard Lupe.
I heard Lupe.
Lupe killed that shit. I didn't hear Freddy Gibbs.
Freddie Gibbs, you are a rap titan. You are a problem.
Freddie Gibbs is one of the artists I never really got into, but he seems to be well respected and liked by a lot of people. And I probably should go listen to some
Freddie Gibbs is dope as fuck. Freddie Gibbs' recent run of albums, the most recent one I think was Alfredo. That was a joint with Alchemist. He put out a couple albums with Alchemist. But Alfredo was the most recent one. He gets nominated for Rap Album of the Year at the Grammys every year. Freddy Gibbs a good ass rapper, and he don't put out long albums. His albums be like 9-10 songs. Nigga come in, do his 8 and skate, and get back to having sex with.
I don't know where it's at
with actresses.
I don't know where it's because I can never find something when you actually want to see it.
Yeah.
But last night have you ever seen the video where they prank the dad? It's like a interracial couple, but the mom is white, the dad is black, and the sons of course are mixed. But they pranked him thinking that the TV fell off the mantle.
Yes.
It's an old black man snapping. Have you ever seen that joke?
Yeah.
But Lil Nas X won Video of the Year at the MTV Jones yesterday. And the Jones was like, congratulations, Lil Nas X, Video of the Year. And then somebody quoted it, was like, Boosie. And it was the video, come the fuck on, man. God damn. I was dying when I seen it. And I'm trying to find the tweet so y'all can hear the old hair snapping. Because he was going the fuck off. But yeah, they was like, yeah, Boosie gonna be pissed off for that with Doug.
Yeah, so the VMAs was last night. I just want to say that I have updated the P.O.M.Me first team. Doja Cat, you might be the team captain. Doja Cat lost a lot of weight. That ass is still big. She looks phenomenal. Chloe Bailey went full sex kitten last night. She's definitely the shooting guard on the P.O.M.Me first team. For those of you that don't know, that just start listening to the show, I had a viral tweet from who was that girl? Oh God. It was Tory Bricks.
Tory Bricks.
That was the first one. I've done this like 3 times. And Tory Bricks put some picture up and I just retweeted it. P.O.M.Me. And the shit took on a life of his own. So now that's become a thing to where now it's like, I don't want to get my Twitter deleted anymore, so I just write P.O.M. So if you ever see P.O.M., that means that a woman has reached elite status, where golden showers are now in play.
Is this it? Yeah.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn! Fuck!
He was out the door.
He was out the door. Yeah, they said that was Boosie with Lil Nas X.
With his knee pads and his gloves and shit. Hard working black man. Y'all stressing it the fuck out.
Yo, Boosie hate Lil Nas X, dog. I was telling Jules, I've never seen something this weird in my life. It's literally like Lil Nas X wake up and tweet, well, let me see what the fuck the young boy talking. And he was on 106 in Park trying to make it all make sense, and it just was crazy.
106 in Park?
I mean, not 106. Breakfast Club.
He sounded like the young boy. Goddamn ham.
Yo.
He couldn't even eat it cold.
Now let me tell you something, Charlamagne. That nigga was heated.
What about the kid, Charlamagne?
They like, but you had strippers for your kid at his birthday.
No, that's different, Charlamagne.
That's different, Charlamagne. Yeah, I didn't watch much of I tried to. The award shows now are like,
I didn't even know the VMAs was still a thing.
They were on BET. I just happened to be scrolling.
Viacom said, how many channels we got?
How many channels we got?
This shit is going everywhere. We're multicasting.
Apparently, Busta Rhymes had a real good performance.
I saw him in Split Star with some red and white shit on. I just cut the TV off. I woke up like in the TV. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Cut this off.
Yeah, award shows now are literally like, it's not representing, you know what I mean?
It's not representative of what the people want or care about.
You know what's wild is, I was saying yesterday, our culture influences everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, dog, Burger King has a keep it real meal. Have you seen that?
No, man.
Yes. They got a keep it real meal. And I'm just like, yo, our culture really affects everything. So when these award shows come on and they're giving the Legacy Award to the Foo Fighters, I'm just like...
Yeah, they didn't do a Video Vanguard Award for the first time this year. And I'm just like... Okay, I mean, but the fact that the Video Music Awards in 2021 is still a thing when mostly people are shooting $300 music videos.
My thing is, MTV plays ridiculousness all day. How do y'all then turn around? How do y'all then turn around and do an award show?
Yeah, how would you know? You ain't played no videos in 11 years.
Right. Rob Dyrdek said that this video was amazing.
This is phenomenal.
So that's where we gonna go with this. But yeah, award shows now they're just not my thing.
It's not it.
Yeah. The
Conor McGregor. Oh yeah. Did you see the video that Kev sent us with Conor McGregor?
I was asleep.
All right, so Conor McGregor got into it with Machine Gun Kelly on the red carpet at the VMAs last night. That was the best part of the awards show. So Conor McGregor apparently is 5'2". I had no fucking idea.
Little guy.
Little tiny guy. Machine Gun Kelly's like 6'3". So you just see this like standoff between these two well-dressed white men. And basically they said that Conor asked MGK for a picture and MGK told him, get off my dick, nigga. And then basically Conor tried to go full Conor on him.
Why'd he tell him to get off?
I have no idea.
I did see Machine Gun Kelly won an award for his video alternative. He had the best alternative video.
Oh, nice.
And you know he's with Megan Fox.
Yes, I was gonna say he should win an award for that alone.
But when he won the award and Tommy Lee gave it to him, and he got up and I'm just like, this motherfucker's doing alternative, and I'm just like, yo, white people really,
whatever you want.
Like, he's not a rapper anymore.
No.
Now he's doing alternative
Post
music.
Malone's first song is White Iverson, and then he went on the blackest show in America and said, I don't want to be categorized as a rapper.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Right. Justin Timberlake has a country album.
Yes.
Where he has wolves on his sweater.
Yes.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake said, man, this nigga shit was cool.
Yeah, Paul Mooney
had a run.
Paul Mooney in one of his older stand-ups, he was talking about how hard it is to be a black man. And he was like, you wanna know how hard it is to be a black man? Ask Justin Timberlake. He was a nigga for 30 minutes. Look all the shit he got into. Like, dog. Like, you allowed to just dip in and out when you...
Justin Timberlake pulled that titty out. He went back to bluegrass.
He said Justin Timberlake got on the news and was like, I am appalled. Appalled? Nigga, you pulled it out? Dog. I'm appalled. I knew he was white. He said all that dancing and singing. He comes from that Mickey Mouse shit. I knew he was racist from years ago. But no, it's like, yo, Justin Timberlake really like came. Remember he had braids?
Yes.
Yeah. Justin Timberlake had cornrows.
Soon as NSYNC made Gone, I saw the writing on the wall. I said, oh, this is about to be a switch.
Justin Timberlake straight had cornrows and was doing songs with Timberland, T.I., Pharrell, Jay-Z, everybody.
Do you know the story of kind of why like Pharrell and Timberland like don't fuck with each other? It's around that Justin Timberlake shit.
I could imagine because they're both Virginia, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So basically, Pharrell and Chad did Justin Timberlake's whole first album.
Justified.
The Clips is on there. It's literally like a Neptune's album with Justin.
Wasn't Rocket Body on there?
Yes.
Yeah.
With better vocals or whatever. So he come through, they do the album, shit is huge. 8-9 million, whatever the fuck, all of the singles go diamond and all this crazy shit. So at the time, the Clips were signed to Jive, so was Justin Timberlake. So the Neptunes were in negotiations with trying to get the Clips off of Jive and all of this shit. And basically, I think it was Steve Bartles was still over there at the time. He was basically like stonewalling them and they couldn't get nowhere in the negotiations. So they basically told Justin Timberlake, yeah, Pharrell said, you a Jive artist. He ain't working nobody from Jive.
I thought you were about to say Pharrell said you a Jive turkey. I was about to be like, what?
Too close to Thanksgiving to be a Jive turkey.
Yo.
Get your bitch ass out of here.
Yeah.
So they basically played them against each other and they said, yo, we got Timberland. Timberland, do the album. And Timberland came in and did the album for free in exchange for like, the splits or whatever on the back end, and basically like fucked up for all of Pharrell's like leverage or whatever that he had in the negotiation that he was trying to do. And he didn't fuck with Timberland for a long time because of that shit, because he knew that that's what was going on or whatever. And they was basically like about to like figure everything out and get this deal done. And Timberland in his turkey neck came in at the last minute and just fucked everything up, man.
Both albums went diamond worldwide.
Yeah.
Both albums sold 10 million worldwide.
Yeah.
The Joan that Pharrell did and the Joan Timberland did. I don't know which one I like more, though. I think I like the Pharrell one more.
I think I like the Pharrell one a little bit more.
Future Sex Love Sounds is dope. You figure, what's on here? Sexy Back. I wasn't a crazy Sexy Back fan.
Sexy Back is a little wild. Looking back.
My Love was that shit, though. With T.I., that was that shit. That was definitely that shit. But Justified, that had fucking Cry Me a River.
Yeah. And T.I.'s Dead and Gone came out of them sessions too.
Right.
Swap for a swap.
Yeah. Justin Timberlake said he got over 90 million records sold.
Jesus.
And only got 4 albums.
That's crazy.
What a fifth one, Man in the Woods, but we
don't count that one.
Yeah.
That's a pack.
But Justified, Future Sex Love Sounds, the 2020 Experience.
Yeah, the 2020 Experience is the one that he toured with Jay-Z off.
Honestly, that's his best album.
Yeah.
That's got like What Spaceship Cool? That dog.
Yeah,
2020 was that shit.
That's the one he toured with Jay-Z off of. They did all the baseball stadiums, Legends of the Summer tour.
Yeah.
And then Bruno Mars came, and then Justin ain't been right since.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much been a rap ever since.
I'm a little bit blacker than you are.
I got the complexion for the protection.
Yeah.
You are out of here.
Yeah.
Same vocal pitch, better songwriter,
Yeah.
actual producer.
I got this little Nicky Barnes fro. They gonna love me. Yeah, real shit. Man, Justin Timberlake. Yeah, music is crazy. I was like I told you the VMAs was on for maybe like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I saw Lotto performed and I'm just like, this is junk.
Oh, Lotto performed?
Out in the parking lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they didn't let her inside.
Curbside.
Yeah. Curbside delivery.
Come get your Keep It Real meal and get a Lotto performance.
Get your Keep It Real meal and a Lotto performance. Yeah, they
For extra $10, Lotto will twerk on your fries.
Oh man. Oh shit. All refreshments provided by Rick Ross and Stop. No, but you know how they be having like a stage outside.
Yeah.
She was on that joint and it's
Well,
just
good for her.
Female music is just twerking and ice.
Yeah, she hasn't quite made the P.O.M.E. team yet. She's getting there. You know what I'm saying? She's on the cusp.
That shit is crazy.
Saweetie's on the team too. Saweetie might be the general manager, executive vice president. Saweetie's fine as fuck.
Yeah, Sweetie looks nice.
She looks very nice. Yeah. All that shit fake, but she looks great.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the way it go though. Like at this juncture,
right?
The post lady has a butt done. So
like, you deliver mail. Yeah. Why do you need a BBL? Might be a baller on my route. Yeah. You never know.
Gotta sit these packages on something. Carrying them down the street. Packages is heavy, nigga. Gotta sit them on something. But I don't know. Are we gonna stay playing or are we gonna get serious? Do you wanna?
What do you got? Because I just want to talk about the upcoming BMF series.
Okay, we can say that for that.
All right.
I want to talk about this tweet the other day where the young lady said, "Meeting a man over 30,
ooh baby,
with no kids is a red flag to me."
Yeah.
And Twitter began to tear her apart.
Yeah, Twitter started twitting.
Twitter started twitting.
Yeah.
Right.
And rightfully so. And I like that now people have continually jumped the shark so much that there has started to be some proper recorrection on the other side of Twitter, where I think people have finally, men and women, have grown tired of some of these he-tarded women.
Yeah.
And
these obnoxious,
just ridiculous, out of touch women, and they have been earning their keep on Twitter the last probably like the last month or so. I've been seeing a lot more where women with dumbass opinions are getting flamed up.
Right.
And I appreciate that because it's bringing some balance back. Because there was a period where you couldn't say nothing.
No.
That you couldn't say shit because there was 10,000 retweets. That's right, girl. These niggas is weird ass niggas. How dare you not have 4 kids by 3 girls by the time you 30?
Yeah.
Like, luckily, we've kind of all come to our senses a little bit more. So we've come out of that period. So yeah, Twitter flamed her ass up, and rightfully so. And I think my response was something basically like, yo, y'all are so like married to your your insecurities and y'all, the way that y'all project shit. And it's just like, sis, if you can't get a nigga that isn't in a completely upside down weird situation with his baby mom, then say that. Like, if you want a nigga to just spin you and run circles around you, and I'm staying at my baby mom house but we not together, we for the kids and all of that shit, that's on you. But don't bring that nonsense to social media, because as we once classically said years ago, there's multiple levels of social media. There's thought, there's tweeting something, and then there's publishing it.
Right.
And you missed the first 2 and went right to publish because you did not think the shit through. Because you thought you said some fly shit.
It amazes me, like I told you, like no matter how wild a thought is or a statement is, there are people that agree with it.
That can't wait to agree with it.
I saw one chick was like, yeah, like that always creeped me out. Like, wait, you 30 and nobody wanted to give you a child, and it'd be like, y'all don't plan these kids.
Yeah, what if a child didn't want to get me? What are you talking about?
See what I'm saying?
What if I didn't want to get the child?
We had an impromptu child conversation on the Patreon last week, and I was thinking about that shit the other day, like, because people was like, yo, y'all was funny as shit. That was hilarious. And I'm thinking about it like, yo, like, having a child is such a major decision.
It's a commitment. It's a life commitment.
It's a lifelong commitment.
Yeah. If I got a kid, right, and it's Monday, and the homies hit me up like, yo, we going to Columbia Thursday. We got all the hoes lined up. It's going to be Freak Fest 2021. Right. You coming? If I got a kid, I got to think about it. If I don't got a kid, I could just go. Now it's Freak Fest 2021.
Right.
Like, if you're a good parent anyway, some motherfuckers be like,
motherfuckers to take the kid.
Right?
Yeah.
You got to learn about the birds and bees.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Yeah. Look at Boosie. Yeah, Charlamagne, I had to take the young boy like real shit. I saw a baby on a yacht party in Miami.
Dog, hitting the hookah. Baby hit the hookah.
Somebody said little man in his Duffy. I'm like, what, yo?
Young boy, what the fuck was going on? It was hookah smoke and motherfuckers was drinking Patron. I said, young boy, you definitely on the wrong boat. I don't know nobody that drink Patron no more. That's gasoline.
Yeah, real shit.
Like, what? You drinking Blanco? Oh, you ready to go have a shootout?
My whole thing is like when I look at these type statements is like, damn, like how bad do it got to be going? You know what I mean? For you to really, really like feel that way or think that way or even project that, it's just like, damn, you really got to be going through a lot. And it goes back to what we said before. I think we had to join on the Patreon. We're like, when all you see is bad and destruction and horror, you really can't understand anything else. It's like you don't see the positive to where it's like, oh, you don't got no BM drama? Like, damn, it's going to be quiet. Like, that's what's up. That shit is bad. You know what I mean?
It's pretty terrible.
It's pretty terrible. The thoughts and opinions that come out on these social medias at times just be like, God damn, yo, like how the fuck did we get here? Like,
yeah, oh, here's my tweet. I just found it. Black people normalize dysfunction to their own detriment. This is an example of A through Z in about 30 characters. Thought you said some fly shit. Now look. So as of press time right now, she got 1,612 quote tweets lighting her ass up. Somebody told her, Tish told her, Tish08, that's a supporter of the podcast, child, delete this. The mindset only highlights your traumas and backwards thinking. She still hasn't deleted. You know why? Because clout is greater than getting flamed up on Twitter.
Oh yeah, that shit is always more important.
This is just such a low frequency way of thinking that is just like, yo, believe it or not, 51% of black men are single with no children. Like, not the stereotype that they push to you is not the reality of what's going on out here. It's just the people that y'all know, and people just regurgitate like what they see in front of them, not realizing the world is bigger. Black men are not monolithic that way. We don't all live in the same places, indulge in the same shit, do the same things, date the same fucking ratchet women, have babies out of wedlock. That's not the case. Right. There's just as many responsible black men that are well-to-do, that make a lot of money, that have careers, that have homes, that have businesses, all of that shit. Don't got no baby mama drama as those, as the Pookies and Ray Rays that got 4 kids by 3 different women. It's an equal amount. The problem is y'all go to these same places, be around these same people, indulge in the same shit. So you think that everybody's experience, it shapes your worldview, and you think everybody's experience is the same. And guess what? It ain't.
It's not.
It's not.
I often question that, like when I be like driving through these neighborhoods and shit, and I just be like, how do you escape from? Like, think about it. If you're in this one place all the time and these are the only people you see and this is the only food you eat and this is the, like, you know there are people in the city who have never been to the other side of the city.
I was about to go there. Like, there are people, I know people from uptown that never been to South Philly. I know people from South Philly that never been uptown. I know people that never left the confines of North Philly. My girl got a cousin. She said he gets homesick if he leave North Philly. Like if he go to West, he breaking out in hives.
Like, damn, it don't stink out here.
Yeah, it don't smell the same. Like, what's this? They poppies is not the same. It's like Arab stores. What's going on here?
I see, true story. I seen a nigga freak out because like we were in one place and we went to somewhere else and he was like, yeah, the poppy store up here, he talking about the platter $7.50. Like, dog, out the way, that shit $5.50. And I'm just like, who gives a fuck?
Do you gotta eat or not, stupid?
Like, That shit is bonkers. The other day, so I do the 49. 49 is a new route, like it just started.
Right.
So it goes through University City from 33rd and Dolphin, comes down, goes through University City, and goes to South Philly, Grays Ferry. So the 49, they want us, we do short buses on the 49. But my depot is one of the only depots that has the double buses. So one of the drivers took a double bus on the 49. I've done it. I did it one night, like on some random shit. Like I came off of the 48 and I went to do a finish up on 49. I didn't have enough time to like go in and get a short. I was like, I'll take the double bus. They like, you think you're gonna be all right going? Because South Philly is tight.
Yeah,
whatever.
it's tight.
I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with it. So I did it. But my homie did it the other day, and I did it at nighttime, like super late at night. It was daytime, so he brought that shit down, and I was behind him the other day, and people were like filming it and taking pictures, and I'm behind it, and I was like, no bullshit. If I'm like, I thought he hit something.
Yeah.
I thought he had because I'm like, why the fuck are they filming him? I was like, did he hit the car? Like, I was like, what the fuck? And I pulled up, and I was like, did he hit something or whatever? And the boy was like, no, like, where the fuck that big dumbass bus come from? They filming. I'm like, oh, they never seen. And I'm like, have you never been to Market Street? I'm like, let's go up and like, dog, in the trenches of the P, nigga never seen a double bus. And I'm like, dog, I
don't cross Washington Ave, bro.
I'm like, yo, you never been to Market Street, never been on the expressway, never been to Alney Terminal. I'm like, these shits is all over the other side of the city. But I'm like, yeah, if you in the P,
you ain't gonna see them.
You ain't gonna see them.
But like Bigfoot came. Niggas is lost. Like,
dog, they were filming it.
That's hilarious.
He was like, yo, where that big ass bus coming from? I ain't never seen no joint like that big, dog. I was like, oh, what the fuck? And that shit really hit me like, yo, people really don't leave their circumstances in certain cases, yo. I'm like, yo, that shit fucked me up because I'm like, if you know bullshit, if you go downtown, the 27, the 48, 33, 17, and they all double buses. Mm-hmm. They're all up and down Center City. If you go to Alney Terminal, the 18, the 55, the 6, they're all double buses. The expressway, the 27s, the 9s, they're all double. So I'm just like, but then I thought about it like, yeah, if you out southwest, you only see the trolleys. You might see the 108, depending on what block you on.
Yeah.
Maybe the 37, you know what I'm saying? Or the G.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, if you in certain joints, you only see the
You're
trolleys.
not going to see that. That's crazy.
Nuts. I remember my first, like, and as a young boy, it was like that. I remember my first couple times going to Frankfurt to where you see the trackless trolleys, where it's a bus, but it still got the so it's like, yeah, I get it, but that was 9th grade. I'm 40, so I'm a man. I'm 40. So it just is amazing to me to see, like, at this day and age, especially at how open the world has become in the last couple of years to where you can really go anywhere.
Like, my nigga, you could go on SEPTA's social media and see a double bus.
So it just is amazing to me to see that he saw a double bus the other day on 29th and Reed and was like, what the fuck? And yeah.
Showing people, nah, nigga, look, you ain't gonna believe what I seen.
They got two joints connected.
It's one bus, but it's like two Jones with an accordion in the middle.
You know what I just thought about? Did you watch Insecure?
Yes, I watched Insecure.
Did you watch Insecure? No, remember the blood from Insecure?
Yeah.
Yo, he needs his own show.
Who speaker just I'm about to Bonnect.
I'm about to Bonnect it. That's what I just thought about. Couldn't say no C words. He said I'm about to Bonnect it. Remember the
you butte and you thick.
Yo, that nigga was hilarious. I'm about to Bonnect it. But now people really don't leave where they from. So I'm just like thinking to myself, like, yo, how do you escape to meet other people, to talk to other people, to experience other lifestyles and taste other food and have conversations with people that don't come from the world you come from? I'm like, think about if you go to the neighborhood school, hang with the neighborhood niggas, fuck the neighborhood bitches, you really might not.
You just create that ecosystem and you just exist. Like, and you establish your boundary and you really, you just stay in bounds. That shit is a horrible way to live, though, because once you do finally start traveling and experiencing other shit, you realize how much you held yourself back the whole time and how many experiences you cheated yourself from and how many other type of people you possibly could have met.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and I'm thinking about that shit. Like, yeah, if you a woman from this area and all you meet is niggas is just in the way, you think every nigga is in the way. That's just what the fuck it's supposed to be. They in the way.
Yeah. No, it's like, no, all the niggas you know are in the way.
Right.
But that would involve some personal accountability, and the fact is just like you do the same shit all the time. And Philly didn't used to be as like parochial as it is now. Like people would venture out. Like remember we talk about all the time on the show. Like going out to us was you had to go downtown, or you was going to AC or an occasional New York party or whatever. We ventured out. This generation, they fucking where they at.
Yeah.
And now we got gang wars going on in the city, so that don't help nothing because you fucking gonna go somewhere to go to the wrong poppy store, get caught out of bounds, and get your wig rocked.
Right.
So you got that shit going on. So it's like all of these elements of stupidity that have been like added into the mix that just made a small big city even smaller.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's wild.
Yeah, I never really thought about it like that. Like, yeah, you really can't go to all these different places.
There are gangs.
Yeah.
There are literal gangs. Like it's like 40 gangs in Philadelphia.
Like if you from 27th and Reed, what the fuck is the purpose of you being on like Limekill Pike and Champ Loss?
Other than you getting shot.
Yeah.
That's it.
Whereas we used to it might be a dollar party.
Yeah.
Off that joint. We just going up. I remember we used to be everywhere, yo.
I look back
I was telling them the other day, I'm like, yo, Kensington wasn't as bad as it is now.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. I was like, yo, Kensington was an upstanding community. My homie was like, all right, nigga, you push it. But I'm like,
no, but Bridesburg is nice. That shit right up the street.
I'm like, that shit wasn't like it is now, dog.
No.
It wasn't.
The city has collectively given up on Kensington.
It's given up on a lot. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm like, there were a lot. Think about it. The Tasty Cake Factory was on Hunter Park. The Amoroso's bread joint was in Southwest.
Yeah.
Like, there were a lot of actual, like...
Breyer's factory was in Southwest.
It was a lot of, like, factories and places that were, like, going... Termini Bakery. Them shits were... There were a lot of things that were just going on and happening around the city. Where
thriving
it's like...
local business.
Yeah, where a lot of that shit just collapsed. And now it's just nonsense in a lot of these
literally
little
going away. Breyer's is up in like the Lehigh Valley now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the fuck out. They were in Southwest, right on like 49th and Woodland.
Real shit.
Right the fuck there.
Right there. Where the
that whole, it was a whole, but that started a whole run of factory-based businesses.
It was all industrial, all that shit.
And all of that shit.
Yeah.
Like, and you would think, like, you know, once they built that big sorting center, the post office and all that down there on Lindbergh, you would have thought, like, people would fill in.
No.
Ain't nothing going on. You got a Family Dollar and a McDonald's and a Chinese buffet.
Rite Aid took over the Super Fresh. Like, fuck, they ain't buying no groceries. They're just going to sling them
Sell these drugs.
Yeah, sell these drugs.
Sell this motherfucking Flonase and these Perks and these Xannies.
Little dialysis center, you know what I'm saying? The buffet going. I swear to God, I go in the plaza. When I look at it, I just be like, what, yo?
Yeah, where am I?
Like, this shit look crazy compared to, remember Pizza Hut was there?
Yep.
With the real Pizza Hut, nigga, with the buffet.
The pan pizza.
With the pan.
The good shit.
They bring it to your table with the pliers.
It's hot now. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Went straight pliers, gripping the pan. Real shit. I can remember going to like Burger King and Taco Bell after we left school. That was when I went to Pepper.
It was a
and
thing.
Shit. Yeah. Maroney's. That was how I met a lot of niggas around the way.
Yep.
Motherfuckers going
63rd?
No, at the plaza.
Oh, at the plaza.
We had a Maroney's in the plaza with Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. Rest in peace, Big Orb. Orb was like 30. He was giving the niggas the business on this motherfucker. Or he was giving niggas the business on Mortal Kombat. But that's how where everybody was at. It was like that was like the spot. And now it's none of that. And I say to myself, like, where do they chill at? Like, where do y'all be at? Like, there are
on a set.
Dog. I can remember, fuck, I gotta tell this story. So we were graduating high school, right? We was DJs. I know no one's gonna believe this shit, but I was a DJ at one point. And shout out Ra, brother to the show, friend to the show. Mm-hmm. Ra kept on DJing. We were a syndicate.
Oh, y'all was a coalition DJ.
Yeah, we were a group. We were a thing. We called ourselves the Goodfellas. Cheesy as shit. Yes, of course.
Everybody was part of a Goodfellas run at some point.
Yeah, we was the Goodfellas. Not murdering anything. not no sets, nothing. But I DJ, Rod DJ, Zach DJ. So we was wrapping up high school, and niggas was like, yo, we want to have a party. You know what I'm saying? So Rod and Jules and them live right behind the Rec on 82nd Street.
Yeah. So
Rod was like, yo, we should have it at the Rec. Because we like, where can we have a party with enough people? You know what I'm saying? Like, to have people come through, whatever. So he was like, yo, we should have that shit at the Rec. So I'm like, all right. makes sense.
Yes, seems sensible enough.
Right. We go to Mr. Calvin. Mr. Calvin ran the wreck and shit. We like, yo, Mr. Calvin, we want to throw a party. Can we have a party here? Da-da-da. He was like, yeah, I think that's a good idea. You know, I don't want none of that freak shit. I don't want nobody grinding on nobody. I don't want no drugs in here. But y'all can have a party. So we basically let the whole hood know. Everybody, yo, we having a party at the wreck, whatever. We DJing. Zach gonna do 30 minutes. I'm gonna do 30 minutes. Ra gonna do 30 minutes. Ra showed up with a short sleeve velour. We get into that later. But the night of the party coming, in my mind, I'm like, ain't nobody coming to this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's $5 to get in. Ain't nobody coming to this shit. Dog, 300 motherfuckers. The joint was hacked. I couldn't believe that shit. We had security. It was crazy. So the reason I'm telling the story is because it's like just how shit will set something off, like the most smallest little thing. Yeah. You get into the party, I think about it, we 17, 18, 19, motherfuckers 16, 19, that age range, teenagers. What the fuck do them parties be like when you go into a party? Everybody on one side of the room.
Around.
You come in the joint, all the girls on that side of the wreck, all the dudes on that side of the wreck. But it's packed in here. Lights low, whatever. Yeah. Rest in peace, Tito. Tito passed away, man. Tito was like, nah, yo, we got to get this shit going. I'm like, fuck you about to do? He's like, I'll be back. He go to his crib. Now, Tito's dad is a Blue Note.
Okay.
Like Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Yeah. His dad is one of the Blue Notes, right? Penrose motherfucking successful. You know what I'm saying? His dad is one of the Blue Notes. So he go into his dad old tour equipment. The nigga come back with a strobe light. So I'm like, what the fuck is that? He was like, I'm telling you, nigga, he plugged that strobe light up.
Shit went up.
What was the song Joe Buttons had with that fire? He cut that shit on, nigga. That shit was like Dance Dance Revolution. Everybody started getting it. We was after the party, like, oh, we got to invest in the strobe. Like we keep
first order of business.
We keep this DJ shit coming. We gonna need a strobe.
That's funny as shit.
Rest in peace, Tito, man. That nigga brought that strobe light through and changed the game. Good fucking times, man. I don't know why I went into that story or what made me think about it, but that shit was hilarious. Oh man, we got any real topics?
Not really.
What were you saying you wanted to talk about?
So, the BMF series is about to premiere on Stars.
It's the 150 doing.
With 150 doing in 2 weeks. Lil Meech, Big Meech's son, Michael, is starring as his father.
Okay.
Which makes all the sense in the world. They put him through all of the rigmarole and the acting classes and all of that shit to get him ready to do the show. As usual, any 50 Cent show, it looks beautiful, shot well, looks well produced and all of that shit. And allegedly, they're going back to Rushtown Management, 50 Boys and all that shit, which is the origination, the genesis of BMF, to tell the story or whatever. I saw Lil Meech in one of the promo shots with a 50 Boys chain on. So they're supposed to be going all the way back to tell the story with Eldrick and all of that shit in order to get this story told. This is my open request to 50 Cent. You probably won't hear this, but people will hear this and will tag you and tell you, do not fuck this up. This is the most important black gangster story in history. If you put some cheesy power-ish nonsense into this shit, let Courtney Kemp write on it, put some surprise nonsense. The story, I know the story from the beginning. The story is good enough if you just tell it. You ain't got to put no sauce on it. You ain't got to fucking add no extra shit that didn't really happen. The story is great just telling it.
It's like the fajita coming to your table and that's right before they hand it to you, they set it on fire. It's like the shit was hot.
It was hot already. You're doing too much. Yeah. The story is fun. Before you even get to the BMF turnover, the story is phenomenal. There's an easy 10 seasons of material that's in this story going back to 85 when they were young boys and fucking Demetrius meeting Lil Meech's mom and Dex, her older brother, coming into play, and Dex being his transporter that literally never lost a load in history, fucking running cross country for Meech and all of them. Like the way that they set everything up, the E-Course wars and all of that shit in South Detroit and all, like the story it's perfect. It's literally a Black Mafia story. You don't got to do nothing extra. It's laid out. This is a slam fucking dunk. I do applaud 50 for being able to get this done because I never thought this shit was going to happen in a zillion years. Terry coming home, I think, sped the process up and solidified a lot of it while they're alive. And then that was the other point that I was going to make. The fact that they were literally able to stand the test of time, ball for fucking 20-something years, reach the greatest heights of any black gangsters in history, make more money than anybody, be more successful than anybody, connect with all of the stars and all of that shit the way that they did. Literally, fucking, the government's case was all circumstantial evidence. Nobody really got caught with nothing, especially Demetrius. Didn't really get caught with nothing. Motherfuckers went down. Everybody did they 8, 10, 15 years, came home, everybody minus Meech, because Meech in jail still fucking and fucking the COs and all kind of crazy shit like that. That's the reason why Meech is not home. But to be able to go through all of that, reach the heights that y'all did, put billboards up, still have people talking about y'all to this day, to where niggas, every rapper in the game that's young with some money is doing their best BMF impersonation.
Right.
All of them. To the point where like Meek and them was running around saying we didn't knew BMF and da when he was hanging with Slow and all of them niggas. And it's just like their presence is just so like large and looming to this day. And to be able to literally do it illegal, basically essentially do it the wrong way, but do it at a high level, go down, come home, and now basically be able to repeat the process and do all of this shit legally, because every rapper in the game gonna cut Meech a check when he come home. Every fucking movie studio, label, etc. is looking to fucking partner with Demetrius because it gives everybody instant credibility. You broke one of the most important artists in the history of hip hop in Young Jeezy. All of that came off of your brain. He was Lil J before he got with y'all, and y'all put them black flags and them blue flags behind him, and it turned into a movement, and it turned into something else. So I'm interested to see how much longer Demetrius ends up staying in jail, being as though that Terry was able to get a COVID furlough and all of that old shit.
Meech got 30, right?
Terry got the same shit.
Did he?
Yeah.
I thought Terry got 15.
No, Terry got the same. Terry came home early.
Yeah, I know he came home early,
Yeah.
but I thought he got 15. When did they go down?
2005.
04, 05?
05.
Because he was in the Soul Survivor video. What year was that?
That was 05. So he went down to end of 05.
Okay, because I know he's in it for sure. He's in Soul
Jeezy
Survivor.
summer was Jeezy shit was summer 05. So May, I think Let's Get It came out in May, and then up till I think October, November, Meech was still out. BMF was such a huge presence in cities like Atlanta and St. Louis and shit. I was on an email chain with some niggas that was like straight up like business guys and shit like that. They were celebrating when Meech and them got indicted because they couldn't fuck no hoes. You go to the club, you can't buy no hard liquor because they bought it all. Like, you can't buy no nice car. They done bought all the cars. Like, all the car brokers is holding the cars and calling them first. Like, you couldn't move around in certain cities in America that BMF was prominent at, specifically Atlanta. Like, they put Atlanta in a 5-year chokehold. Niggas couldn't do nothing. We got all the bitches. We fucking buying them houses. Like, imagine, like, that's resetting the market. Like, we talked about old head last week. Yeah. That's resetting the market. Chicks was cool with getting a drink, getting in the section, whatever. Yeah. Now, oh, you want a house? Yeah. Meech is buying bitches homes and cars and Rolexes and Chanel bags back in 2000. Yeah. You can't compete if you going at Office Max tomorrow. Yeah. There's nothing you can do.
You driving for Martha?
We work at Martha. You making 18 an hour. That's a good living back in 2002. Yeah. That shit don't matter. It's over. You can't get no pussy in Atlanta. So niggas was literally.
You can get pussy. It's just,
you ain't gonna get the pussy you want.
Tier 3.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I remember niggas sent out an email chain like, yo, yes, finally. The nigga said the Chrysler Crossfire is respected again. I'm like, are y'all celebrating an indictment? Yeah. Is this an indictment celebration?
It's wild though how that shit works like that. I watched the Rayful Edmonds documentary, and was showing how Rayful Edmonds, you know, he made $300 million, you know, DC and shit, and how he was running DC, and they were showing how a 18-year-old nigga who was like one of his, like, if if he anointed you and was like, yo, you run this little section for me and da-da-da-da-da, they were showing how the 18-year-old, young boy was 18 and had 8 cars. He had a Maserati, 2 Benzes, a Beamer, a fucking Saab, a fucking, what was the trucks back in the day? The Land Rover. Like and he was 18 with all this shit. He was basically saying how when Rayful Edmonds got indicted and fell, they locked up his whole family, all the Pick Latin, all
his
that
mom,
bullshit.
all that shit.
The next year in D.C. was 500 and something murders. And it's like, yeah, because like,
you ruined the economy.
You tanked the economy. LeBron leaving Cleveland.
Yeah, that shit is no joke. So yeah, when Meech and them fell, as happy as niggas was that they could move around again, it was like, all right, now what we gonna do? Because you employing 300 niggas. Like
you don't realize it. Like when you come back into situations like the economy, it's wild when you really get like deep into that.
Listen.
Even down to Hurricane Katrina and all of that shit. Like I remember watching this one joint where they were showing how motherfuckers was coming from New Orleans into Atlanta on some just straight buck wild shit.
That's why T.I. was buying all them guns, because it was some New Orleans niggas that was trying to extort him. So that's why he was buying at the BET Awards, buying army guns. Because he feared for his life.
Nah, I ain't T.I.
T.I., Tim, is that you? No, this ain't me.
I left my hat in the car, but I was gonna put it on the. Nah, Playboy, this.
No, that ain't me.
Nah, sure, this ain't me. Like, yeah, like they said, motherfuckers was coming in from New Orleans into Atlanta on
terrorizing
some 8 times. So you figure the big money nigga done fell. Now this shit, everything's fucked.
Yeah, ain't nobody around to get these niggas jobs because if Demetrius was home. Oh, you shoot. Oh, no, come here. Let me holler at you. Yeah. Everybody get a job.
Everybody get something.
Everybody in the Benz. You get a new Rollie, a BMF chain, and 34 long-ass black T-shirts.
It don't work like the movies where, like, you got the plug from California and you die, and I just walk in like, hey, you know me and Chad got a podcast, and they're like, you the guy now.
It's on.
It don't work like that. Like, if you got the connection and you go away, that well is done.
Meech was in with the cartel since the 90s. Meech was in so deep with them, they offered to hide him. They told him, come down to Jalisco, Texas, and we got you. You can come down here and live like a king. And his whole thing was, I don't want to run because it's going to end up fucking up my family and my legacy. I'm going to just take whatever come with this shit. I'll ball for 20, I can sit down for 30 was his whole mind state. And even more impressive than everything, and this is some perverse thinking, but it's street culture, so it is what it is. I don't think people understand, there was a split between Terry and Meech at some point. And basically, the whole reason why it took place was because there was a situation that happened where Terry was in LA, super out of pocket, and Suge Knight was about to flip Terry. And he called Meech and was like, yo, it's some fat nigga here with a dead eye, with a BMF chain on. He real loose and this and this and this. Like, what's up with him? What you want me to do? And he was like, no, that's my brother. Give him a pass. All right, cool. You got it, Meech. And Meech called Terry and was like, listen, you misrepresenting my brand. You can't claim it no more. And ever since then, Terry and his crew ran the West Coast crew was 263, and it was BMF, was the Atlanta, St. Louis, Detroit, all of them,
Midwest,
all of the originals, the Midwest crew, whatever. And Terry had his crew, whatever. And the impressive part about it is that nobody from Meech's side cooperated with law enforcement. Nobody, not J-Bo, not none of them niggas, not Bear, not none of them, and they're all home. They had I saw a welcome home party for fucking J-Bo probably like a year and a half ago, something like that. So all of these guys are coming back home, and they slowly planting their feet in all of these different markets. And then when Demetrius come home, niggas is getting 100 million. Like it's in the cards. Yeah. Like any label is lining up to partner with him. We'll figure. You got any artists? No, not yet. All right, cool. We'll figure it out. Here go 50 million. Here go $80 million. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he did it the right way, and ultimately you get your comeuppance in the long run, as opposed to a motherfucker like Danny that went and took a whole gang down, and now you basically blackballed out of the music industry. So it's like you take that shortcut and you get fucking fucked up results.
Are T and Meech cool?
Fuck no.
I didn't think so.
T tried to get Meech. Well, he didn't try to. He said, "Yeah, dude need to cool the fuck out before I had somebody take his ass out on a wiretap." And that was basically like what sped up like the Fed investigation. Like, all right, we gotta get these niggas off the street. They about to kill each other. We ain't gonna be able to go on TV and do our Fed shit where it makes us like we did all this fantastic police work, even though they didn't. Right. Because they was catching loads regularly. There's a movie. Did you see the movie about the transporter that worked for them that's on Amazon Prime? I forget. I'll send it to you. I forget the name of it. But he basically ended up going down for like 10. He came home and he didn't cooperate or none of that shit, but he ended up getting 10. He got popped with 2 different loads. One time in like 2 or 3 different loads. One time in Tennessee, I think one time in Texas. And they couldn't connect it back to BMF, but he was having like RVs with like 220 pieces and shit like that on there. Shit. And you know, it was all circumstantial or whatever, but they, you know, everything that they charged Meech with was like the conspiracy. Like, you know, you can't, in the feds, you can't beat the conspiracy. So his whole thing was conspiracy to sell 5 kilos or more. But it's like, yo, if y'all know for sure this nigga sold no telling, but they couldn't get him on no phones. They couldn't get him hand to hand in nothing because he was 5 people removed from everything. They had houses and like set up in business names and shit like that where they was conducting business out of, that they didn't fucking get no wires in the cribs, no surveillance on none of the cribs. They didn't have shit. All they had was Terry running his mouth on the phone, and then they had the couple drivers or whatever that they popped, and that's how they ended up, you know, formulating the case. But even Dex Sosa Hussey, which was Meech's main runner, he was like they didn't have shit. He was like, but you know, Meech took the plea because if you go down and you lose trial, you blow trial and you get an L, you don't have no appellate rights in the feds. So the fact that he took the 30 on a plea is what allows him to be able to come home, potentially come home early.
Yeah, him not getting life was a blessing.
Was a blessing because now he got every appeal that they could put in, they putting it in. This, and this. And in the fast system, you can go back in front of the judge multiple times and get time shaved off if you can provide new exculpatory evidence or something that was egregious that was omitted from the trial or whatever. If your lawyer can produce that and the judge says, oh, it's cool, I'll hear it, you might go back in front of the judge, get 4 years knocked off, get 2 years knocked off. But you can do that unlimited amount of times. You like, it's no exhaustion of it in the feds. The guy Matthew Cox, which is one of the biggest real estate fraudsters in the history of the country, he did that shit and he had like 26 years and ended up getting it knocked down to 9. To where now he doing book tours and the YouTube channel and all of that shit because he was able to just keep going back off of new case file, 5 off, 2 off, 3 off, shit like that. So Meech gonna come home at some point, and he just got some time knocked off. He got like 3 years knocked off from the shit that I'm saying. He went back in front of the judge. All right, we knocked 3 more years off. So I think his release date right now is like 2027 or some shit like that. But, you know, potentially he gonna be able to come home early, especially if this COVID shit keep going the way it's going. He just got to keep his nose clean, and he'll be able to come home sooner than that.
Yeah, he got 3 years knocked off, so his new release date is 2028.
Yeah, 2028.
He earned his GED and completed a 24-month management program in health awareness, money management, and parenting. That's gotta be funny.
Yeah, because it all counts. Because when you go, what you doing it here? You learning anything? Blah blah blah. When in reality, all the feds is crime school. Yeah. You go and make bigger, better connections if you smart.
Right.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just go and make bigger, better connections. No, he's not at ADX. Okay. I think he in Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah, we had this conversation. Yeah, he's not at the big.
Yeah, he in Lubbock, Texas.
That's for the lifers.
Yeah, that's what.
Old man is there.
Old man there. Yeah. King Larry in that joint.
Larry Hoover there. Supreme is there, I believe.
Kabani under that joint.
Did you see Irv Gotti was talking about going to visit Supreme, like all the shit you got to go through?
Yeah.
And he was saying, when he got out there, it was like Larry Hoover wanted to meet him and shit. Like, oh shit, you actually came to see Preem. That's what's up.
Yeah.
He's like, it's the land of the forgotten people and shit. Because you got to basically like, you got a plane, helicopter,
and then
bus,
drive.
Yeah, it's like 4 different Jones, a donkey, mule, or some shit. Like, it's crazy as fuck to like just get there.
Yeah, they said that shit is the clean version of hell.
Yeah,
is what they called it. They was I was watching this video last night and they was basically talking about the confines of the cells and shit, and then like this workout space. They said that the workout space is still enclosed in brick. You have no sight lines ever while you in this prison. So you don't see no sunshine, no nothing the whole time that you in there. And they said basically is the cell is the workout space is big enough to take 10 paces forward or do 31 paces in a circle. And you get 1 hour to do that shit, and then the other 23 you on lockdown. And Larry been under that shit for like 24 years or some shit like that. Like crazy, inhumane circumstances. There's a whole movement to try to abolish that Supermax prison.
I'm not with none of that shit.
Yeah.
That like, dude, I get the prison aspect.
Yeah.
But it's like the inhumane torture. Because it's wild when you look at like these documentaries, see these jails from other countries. You see the joint in Denmark, you're like, yo, I'd go to jail.
They let Pablo build his own jail.
Yeah. Nice little one bedroom with a half bath. Like, that joint don't look bad. Like, the joint in Denmark is crazy. Joint in Austria is crazy. It's like they're real rehabilitation.
Yeah.
But it's like when you throwing somebody into a cave, you know the Dark Knight rises. Like, you know, you throw the nigga down there, eventually he gotta come the fuck out of this joint.
Bullshit.
So it just, you know.
They said that the prison is designed to where even when you're on the move, you never know where you are.
Yeah, it's like a big ass maze.
It's a big ass maze because there is no natural light or anything that comes into, so you can't like earmark nothing.
Yeah,
like,
you can't,
oh,
like
this
east and west.
You can't do none of that shit.
I don't know what happened. It was supposed to have been only a 10-year plan. Then you're supposed to go somewhere.
Well, the projects were supposed to be a 5-year plan. We see how that went.
Only do it then you can get sent to a regular jail.
Yeah, no, they ain't letting niggas out of that.
They keeping motherfuckers in that joint. But yeah, I definitely did. I didn't read. I've read something on it. I didn't watch no documentary on it, but I've read about how ADX Florence is designed and all of the safety features and those. It's nuts. It's really
It's sick.
It's a Supermax. That's exactly what the fuck it is. And it's wild when they break down who all's in there. So they got like one wing where it's like all of them niggas, the street niggas, Larry Hoover's, Preems, Kabani, all of them. Then they got one
Jeff
unit.
Fort was in there too. I don't know if Jeff Fort got moved out or not.
Who?
Jeff Fort. He was the leader of the Black P.O.M.List Nation.
Black P.O.M.List, the Latin Kings boy, all of them motherfuckers is in there. Then they got one wing where it's all the mafia motherfuckers, all them legendary mobster motherfuckers who went down. Then they got one wing that's all like terrorists, like all the Al Qaeda.
Yeah, the Unabomber, shoe bomber.
All them motherfuckers is the shoe bomber, Unabomber. The boy before he died was in there, the Oklahoma boy. McVeigh, all them. It's crazy to think like all these notorious criminal motherfuckers is in one place, but can't even like contact each other. That shit is nuts. It's crazy.
Nope.
It's sophisticated than a motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
it's definitely
sure.
sophisticated.
It's designed to mentally break you.
Yeah,
that's the whole point of.
I watched the documentary on the bombing, the Oklahoma City joint.
Yeah,
and you know he did that shit with a Ryder truck. He basically had a box truck full of explosive liquid and drove that shit into the building and, you know, whoop-de-whoop. And he killed 161 people. You know, it was a daycare in that building. That shit was nuts. 161 people. When they strapped him to the bed to give him the lethal injection and shit, they was like, do you got any last words? He was like, killing me means nothing. What's the score? 161-1?
Oh, shit.
I was like, Jesus Christ. 161-1.
Oh,
Who's
man,
up?
He's a sicko.
Yeah, no overtime. Like, dog.
Damn.
161-1.
Fuck. That was a turn I didn't expect.
Yeah. you stand there, you like, so can I go ahead and do it?
So does
you hold the needle like
does he get to go free?
Because he killed y'all with that.
That was some ill shit. I can't hold you.
Damn. 161-1.
Damn.
Like, motherfuckers really do be crazy, man. Like, real life shot out. Like, to blow up a building, you on some other shit.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you just being like a regular criminal and, you know, you get booked with some loud, like you a real
couple sticks.
Yeah, a couple sticks. A little, like, to blow up a building or to hijack a plane. You know 9/11 Joan was yesterday.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday?
2 days ago.
What's today? 13. 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
20th anniversary.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that, like, you know, going on. And a lot of documentaries, a lot of little short clips on
Oh, man. I have to do
on
this.
television.
Keith Pompey.
Oh, yeah.
Keith Pompey. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
I didn't know who it was. I saw everybody saying, come on, Keith.
God, Keith, no.
And tomorrow, going to be an emotional day for a lot of us. I mean, the fact that you see kids, 20-something now, never even knew their family member. You know, it's tough. But let me tell you something that's not tough. Not tough at all. And I'm talking about DirecTV stream, right? You know, does it sound familiar? You've got one device that lets you catch the game live, another that lets you stream your favorite shows.
Like, no, you
Keith
didn't.
Pompey is a dick.
No, you didn't use 9/11
To
shit.
throw to the sponsor.
Yeah.
These ads ain't gonna run themselves.
Yeah.
You know what's not tough?
Yeah.
Morton steaks.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when you cut into that fillet, it's just like butter. What?
9/11 was a real tragedy. You know what else is real? The realest Patreon. y'all need to subscribe to the Patreon.
You know what else is real? The Keep It Real meal at Burger King.
meal.
At Burger King. Only $5.99 because I know you niggas ain't got no money.
Yo, I don't even know what's in it. I just know I wanna.
You have to for the
yeah,
culture.
I wanna see a Keep It Real meal. But like, yeah, that was terrible. 9/11. How do you feel about 9/11? 20 years removed from 9/11.
It's a tragedy. It's like, you know, it's obviously one of the worst tragedies that take place on American soil. I remember literally where I was, what I was doing. I was in my freshman year of college, Clark Atlanta University, and I was in a dorm with a lot of New Yorkers. Like, you know, the girls that I was cool with, that I hung with every day, they was from New York. I just remember people like literally like scrambling, trying to get people on the phone, trying to talk to their family members, see if people was okay. People lost family members. It's a crazy situation, and it's like 9/11 is like a testament to criminal ingenuity and the fact that like they knew from the prior one, we can't take these Jones down by running a bomb through the basement. We gotta come from the fucking top. And that whole situation of knowing that there was so much intel coming in, and Oliver North going in front of Congress like, hey, I know y'all are worried about Saddam Hussein, but this Osama bin Laden character, we used to work with him. We gave him like billions and all the guns, apparently. Yeah. We need to be worried about this motherfucker. And they're like, shut the fuck up, you bitch ass nigga. Like, completely just disregarded him. There's hot intel coming in the day before. They're planning something, this, and this. Everybody just dropped the fucking ball.
Paul Mooney was like, George Bush and George Bush Sr. and Jr. are like, oh, we know they got weapons of mass destruction. We know they got guns. We know they got missiles. We're sure of it. It was like, well, yeah, y'all got the receipts.
Yeah, y'all sold it to
It's
them.
like, yeah, like it makes sense. I'll be honest with you, yo. I kind of still don't believe 9/11. Like, I don't know if that's right or wrong.
Well, I believe 9/11 because I know.
I mean, I believe that the buildings fell. I believe that people died. I don't. If it was just the two planes at the towers, okay.
Yeah.
The United 93 John in Pennsylvania was the part for me that was just like, where the fuck did the plane go?
Man, they evaporated that motherfucker.
And then the plane at the Pentagon.
The Pentagon.
Where the fuck did the dog? If you ever watched this show called Loose Change, the plane came in and knocked down the street lights.
Yeah.
Like the street lights were laying in the street like this. The boy, like, ain't no motherfucking 747 about to come through and hit no street light and not chop it in half.
Yeah.
How the fuck did they just, like, it's just all kinds of shit like that where I'm just like, the fact that planes just evaporated. I personally.
You watch it on Netflix though? Like,
It's so many documentaries. You don't know which one to watch.
So they got like the audio, like cue up the strikers. We got
They were playing the calls from the flights. The guy.
they play with to knock that joint down.
The one boy called his mom, was like, hey mom, it's Mark Jacobs, you know, I'm on the plane and I don't think it's gonna, we gotta take it over. Like, who the fuck calls their mom and say their full name?
Oh shit.
You ever call your mom and say, hey, it's Chad Fain?
Chad Fain, your son.
Like, it just
It's your baby boy.
Yeah. Like, it's just too much silliness around it that I just at times is just like, I don't know, with box cutters, I don't know.
Me living downtown though, the Citizens app, it say 7 people robbed by a man with tweezers. Can't make this shit up, dog. Can't make this shit up.
I just feel like like for your life on a plane, I don't know. And again, I'm conspiracy theory Matt all the time. I know that. You know what I'm saying? I know that. But
there's one that there's a conspiracy theory that I absolutely don't believe. I'm not gonna say it here because I said it on the show before, but I absolutely don't believe that John that took place at the school up in
Columbine?
Nah, not Columbine. Columbine absolutely happened. The other one, SH, I'm not gonna say the name.
Oh yeah.
I don't believe that shit for a second.
Like I
think that shit is a drill.
That's another one.
That's
Where are they?
Where are they?
Where are the people? Where are the like none of this?
I've watched several documentaries about that shit. I do not believe it.
Yeah.
I said it on Twitter one time. People was like, "You're a fucking asshole." So I'm not going to say it again. I do not believe that took place.
I believe that people lost their lives of firefighters, cops. Like, you rush into a situation. Yes, people that work there. But I just feel like the happenings of it, like them on some fuck America, we taking over this plane and we flying into these buildings and that's it. That part Do you think it was a coordinated strike with the American government? Them buildings fell. Dog, you ever see a building getting imploded?
Yeah.
Like a stadium or old
I saw Richard Allen get imploded.
It's seconds. That's how the Twin Towers. It's seconds.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It just to me doesn't make. That's what I'm saying. It's like unless they were literally on the tip like, oh, each floor had kitchens. Like, man, ain't no motherfucking stove doing all that. Like it's too many variables.
Yeah.
For me to just be like, yeah, that was it.
Got you.
So I definitely feel it all happened and it's all real. I just feel like the logistics of the goings on.
Oh, we'll never know the true story of the how of everything. We can only surmise and just put and theorize about what took place.
The Bin Ladens were all here.
Yeah.
They all got sent out of America days after that.
Yeah.
One of their properties is like up for sale now in California. They got like a estate that's worth like $22 million, and it's up for sale right now. And that's like one of the selling points. Like, oh, this is the cousin of Osama bin Laden. Osama might have been here in the 80s. Like, yeah. That's like one of the selling points to the house.
Somebody was on Drink Champs probably like 2-3 years ago talking about how they hung out with like one of the Bin Ladens. And it was like a cousin or a brother. I think it was Osama's brother. And it was just like, oh yeah, I don't fuck with my, it's like your name such and such Bin Laden. It's like, but I don't fuck with my brother though. Like that was just like, that was the selling point. Oh yeah, but I don't fuck with my brother. I'm a good Bin Laden.
Yeah.
I forget, I might have been Ja Rule or Fat Joe or somebody said they hung out with him in Dubai.
I believe it. They're everywhere. Yeah. Yeah.
They're rich as a motherfucker. They're everywhere.
Saddam Hussein, his sons-in-laws that his daughter married, the one's name was Saddam, the other one's name was Hussein. It's like, what the fuck? That's how that shit works over there.
Yes, good man, marry him.
Yeah. Remember he was like, what the fuck made you pick Muhammad? It's the most common name on earth. Read a book. It's like they all be named the same exact thing. That shit is real. So it's like, yeah, it's tons of Bin Ladens, it's ton of Husseins. Think about Barack's middle name is Hussein.
Barack Hussein Obama.
Like that shit is just what it is. But the 9/11 thing is just, I don't know. To this day, like what's his name? To this day.
Oh, Deontay Wilder.
I have trouble believing that 14 Middle Easterns just decided, you know what? Give me the box cutter.
Today is the day.
Yeah, we getting on the big boy and we flying into them buildings. I just have trouble believing that was it to it. That was the only thing to it.
Oh yeah, no, that definitely wasn't the only thing. They didn't just wake up like, all right, 3 weeks from now it's on.
And like you said, there was so much intel. There was so much coming in. There was so much. They
ignored if dropping that's the worst example of dropping the ball in American history. Way worse than Pearl Harbor. Like, yeah, because y'all had all the technology to scope the shit. It's almost like 9/11 was a coordinated strike with the government in order to be able to invade on people's privacies and their civil liberties. If you look at everything that happened afterwards, it speaks directly to it. The creation of NSA, fucking the Freedom Act. The Patriot Act, and Patriot Act 2. fucking the creation of TSA after that shit. Like, all of this shit that took place that, like, just didn't exist prior to it. And it's like, yeah, nothing. You could pull up to the Sky Cap with 30 suitcases, get them $100, and go board the plane.
Oh, you could smoke on the plane.
You could have a 4-inch knife on the plane.
Dog.
Literally, the earth changed.
I remember my mom bought an ecto cooler, the big jug.
I want some of this juice.
Yeah, want some of this IC.
some of that green up in.
You get some of that slime green. Real talk. Real shit. And it's just, I don't know. It's too much of that.
It's definitely a tough pill to swallow.
You the president of the United States. The two biggest buildings in your financial capital of your country fall to the ground in a matter of 10 seconds.
You read Mary Had a Little
You
Lamb.
reading to the kids, and they come in and tell you, Mr. Fain, the fucking Twin Towers just fell. You like, all right, well, the ham is green. And you just still like, what? You think about it, your mom called you, got in a car accident, and you out this joke.
Exactly.
Like, it just, none of it made sense. None of it to me made any sense.
Bush looked like he was like, damn, them niggas early. I told them niggas I had a prior engagement. Push the shit on.
Wait till I got back in the whip. Dang.
These niggas is tripping.
Now they in my face talking about the
good help is hard to find. This is stupid.
You ever watch that Loose Change documentary? Mm-hmm. That joint, it'll change your whole.
Michael Moore.
Yeah. No, that's Fahrenheit 9/11.
Oh, Fahrenheit 9/11.
No, Loose Change was some bull.
Oh, just a guy.
Just a guy. You ever watch it? You ever watch it? Ain't it nuts?
Yeah, I watched it. It was not long after 9/11. Right. I mean, that came out like in the year.
It was like 06. It probably came out like 04.
Yeah, I remember being young when I saw that. I was in like grade school, you know, and I was like, oh my God, like that blew my brain.
Loose Change will fuck your
I'm
whole
watching Loose Change.
mind
I'm
up.
pretty sure it's on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, it's called Loose Change. Listen, the boy was showing how people who were like against, they were like people who knew, like, oh, this don't seem right, this and the third, how they were disappearing.
Oh, shit.
Dog, it's the crazy. They literally show the Jones blowing up on each floor as it's falling. It's all kinds of crazy shit in that documentary. But I remember watching, me, Ross, Woo, well, there's a bunch of us, and we watched that, and I remember Kitty was like, yeah, and they coming to get us. Like, we shouldn't have watched We shouldn't know all this shit.
We know too much.
Now
we know too much.
That's how it felt. Why? I remember watching it and sitting there like, there's no way this documentary is supposed to be out.
Yeah.
That's how creepy it felt. Because the boy had, I'm talking about, you know how certain documentaries, like how we talked earlier about Things Explained, where they get into, I mean, like, imagine if they went as far as like showing you a text thread where Joe Biden like, yeah, no, I'm investing in these little niggas going to college. And it'd be like, oh, that's why he not getting rid of, you know, like, it's shit, like, it was that deep to where it's like, the boy had every little, like, every rebuttal you could think you could throw out. He already had it. He already nailed that shit down. It was just like, who is this guy?
Who is Bull?
It was wild. They were showing how the secretary of was it defense or the state, whatever, his daughter was supposed to fly that morning, and he called her and told her to drive, and they showed her renting a car instead of going to the airport.
Damn.
It was crazy as shit. I'm telling you, it's a wild documentary.
Oh, you know, they said that Michael Jackson was supposed to be at the World Trade Center that morning.
I could believe it.
But he overslept because he was up talking to his mom till 3 a.m. He overslept and he missed his meeting.
Perm wasn't laying down the right way. Mike was like,
I can't get this curl activated for shit.
You know what? My dad got old pictures of us, because we used to go to New York all the time. I actually got pictures on the top of the Twin Towers. Because you know, you should go up there and you could look through the thing.
Yeah.
I got pictures on top of the Twin Towers. Like, damn.
Shit is gone.
NFTs sell some of them joints. Like, no, but that shit is crazy. Like, you know, it's a building.
Yeah.
Like, have you been up City Hall?
Yeah.
Like, you can walk around like under William Penn and shit.
Yeah, the observatory.
I don't know if that's still open, because they got the observatory across the street now at Liberty Place. Yeah. I don't know if the City Hall joint, but just all these big Empire State Building, I've been up on time. Like, could you imagine being in a building and seeing a fucking 757 flying into the 80th floor and you on the 100th? Like, dog. When they had the fire alarm at my fucking crib, I went for the elevator. Lee was like, you can't use the elevator, nigga. You gotta take the steps. I'm like, God damn. I'm on the 4th floor.
God damn it.
So when this shit over, I'm back in the elevator like, the elevator ain't working. I'm like, God.
I knew I should have stayed upstairs. It's a drill. The fuck?
Dog. You imagine you're on the 100th floor of a building? Whew.
Yeah, that's not.
Rest in peace to everybody who lost their life in that bullshit, man. I saw some girl yesterday. Everybody got their stories about it. I was supposed to be there, but my weed man was late, and it's just tragedies like that, like buildings getting blown up, buildings falling.
Yeah,
I don't ever want to be in no shit like that, man.
No, hell no.
I'm not ready for that. I don't have those survival tactics.
No, not at all.
No. But I got nothing else.
For sure, got nothing else, man.
We'll be back Thursday.
Good with me. We'll be here on Patreon for a double dose of this pimping.
Double dose of this pimping. Subscribe to the Patreon. We're rolling.
We definitely rolling.
We're doing good.
Definitely rolling. Yeah, we got visuals rolling out this week. Dan's back. We got the camera working properly this time. We got to get Dan a power cord apparently.
Yeah. What's up with the power cord, Daniel? I don't know where the power cord. I'm sorry I lied to you, Martin. Oh.
Yeah. But other than that, man, again, we put out 2 episodes on Patreon this past Thursday. Make sure y'all check out the Certified Lover Boy breakdown, the CPB episode, Certified Pod Boys. Me, Matthew, and Daniel. And other than that, man, just continue to support the brand. Go buy a piece of merch. Go to the website officialtrpe.com. That's all I got, man. I'm about ready to get up out of here.
That was terrible at the end right there. But yeah, I'm out.
Peace.